13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusumoto plunged himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kuwana's. Ridden by guilt, Kuwana sets off on a path of vengeance, and the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Hey. What are you doing?
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore?
What?
And I think you owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days. Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. But try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you. Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh? That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
Yeah, a break.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamasho?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yet. Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho, and they can pay for what they did to Kaito-an.
Make them pay? Aren't your Yakuza...
That's not the Yakuza in me talking. That's just...
Isn't that exactly what a Yakuza...
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother.
I'm
doing the right thing, damn it!
Yeah, maybe it's just how you're putting
Besides, what's it matter if I was Yakuza?
it. Whatever you say. Much... Hey, Yagami-san. Mitsugi.
Hey,
Shirosaki-sensei and the others just got to Charles.
got it. Then I'll...
Thanks.
Can't make it out. Tough to hear. Can't make it out. Tough to hear. Can't make it out. Can't make it out.
らっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。
Can't make it out. Tough to hear. Tough to hear. Can't make it out. Tough to hear. waste. Excuse me.
ありがとうございました。
Really? You too, Genda-sensei?
What? Am I in the way?
Of course not. I didn't know you still did field work.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Saori-kun, I'd at least want to look him in the eye.
Why are all these people here? What gives?
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san. Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Our condolences.
Looks like she got mixed up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana. But we're still not sure why they chased him. To figure that out, we'll have to retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mamiya-san.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Ihara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Miko Shiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far, please?
Yeah.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ihara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
What was Kawana doing at the time? Was he in Ijincho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ihara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ihara himself? So this Ihara was actually Kawana. Huh.
Sensei and Ihara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ihara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh.
You can print things in 3D now?
Well, it's a machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become a Harusan.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
I see. His eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Right.
Assuming Kuwana was Ahara's double, there's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
This piece of the puzzle still needs an explanation.
Is that...
The police examined the trace evidence on Ahara's hands after he was caught. And from the analysis, the same fibers from Mamiya-san's undergarments were found on Ahara's hands.
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ahara-san wouldn't have touched Mamiya-san at all. But the evidence on Ahara-san's hands suggests otherwise. Rather strange, isn't it?
I take it there was a trick to this, too?
That's simple. Before I got in the train, I met with the real Ihara-san at the underground platform. That's when I had him touch the undergarment. After that, all I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fibers in the trace were from. What the police found on Ihara-san's hands was exactly what we wanted them to find. And it would serve as heart proof he grabbed me. The cords really ate it up. It was hard not to laugh sometimes, to be honest.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit. How should we be looking at this?
The guy getting taken down in the footage is the real Ihara-san. Sensei had already switched places with them before the scene happened. No one saw through his disguise.
Makes sense. There'd be no way to swap places after getting caught like this. His sunglasses were removed too.
Also, the person who tripped him was one of ours. So was the one who took the smartphone video. If nobody tried to stop him, he would have just gotten away. But the most important part of it was pinning Ihara-san as the culprit out in public.
Right. If that didn't happen, the entire alibi goes up in smoke.
More or less.
So basically, this entire battery case was calculated from the start. Nothing but smoke and mirrors. Any thoughts after seeing this?
Stop it.
You're gonna look away? You aided and abetted by playing the victim, didn't you?
I mean, yes.
Who put this video up on the internet?
Sensei did. He said from the start that once Ihara-san got his guilty verdict, he'd upload it to the internet.
So that was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for how easy it lets off bullies. Ihara-san's the same way. His son's death was brushed aside. The court blamed his suicide on unknown factors. And that's what led them to his whole plan. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond after finding out they'd gamed the law like that?
So Kawana and Ahara's real plan was to make a mockery out of the justice system.
Seems to be going well for them. The courts are beside themselves for dragging the police into this.
I guess Ahara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He tarnished his own name to humiliate the law.
Yeah, cop or not, Ahara is a broken man. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death, and the courts all but ignored his case. No wonder he went along with Kawana.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Sensei and Ihara-san are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply. Us. Speaking of which, are we done here yet?
This came out pretty clearly.
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the back is Kawana posing as Ahara, right?
Yes. And he actually didn't lay a finger on me. His prince couldn't show up.
Sounds like you had a hell of a time getting this set up.
I didn't. But Sensei sure did.
How about this then?
What's this? A map of the station?
We made a diagram of Shinjuku Station. The platform's packed with cameras, but take a closer look and you'll notice a small blind spot.
We've all been looking into it. So, let's say Ahara murdered Mikoshiba and faked his alibi at the station. If that was the case, then after Ahara had his stand-in do the deed, they would have swapped at this blind spot. Sound about right?
Is I give up what you're looking for? You figured it out. You win. What more do you want?
How about this then?
And this is?
Before the incident, Ahara used this card to go through the ticket gate at Ikebukuro, the time of which was recorded.
Right, and it was on October 7th at 7:43 a.m.
Thanks, Hoshino-kun.
Happy to help, Yagami-san.
At the earliest, Mikoshiba's time of death would have been 7:30 a.m. If Ahara killed Mikoshiba in a Jinsho, he would have only had 13 minutes to get to Ikebukuro. And frankly, that's impossible.
That's what's dumping you?
Huh?
Sensei borrowed the card from Ihara-san beforehand and passed through the gate. Afterward, he slipped it back to Ihara-san when they switched places. That way, Ihara-san ended up having the time-stamped card on him. Makes sense now.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
It all seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody'd suspect that a groping was being used as an alibi for murder.
Yeah. And on top of all that, no one knew Mikoshiba had been killed during the trial. They really pulled it off.
Anything else?
Yagami-san, you sure that's enough?
Yeah, I think we've got plenty. Bottom line, groping was a fabrication. At the very least, we know that the prosecution's evidence can all be refuted.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm considering filing an appeal.
Are you saying you want a retrial?
I am. We'll reveal Ahara and Kawana's plot and overturn the verdict they issued.
That might be harder than it sounds.
Why do you say that, Genda-sensei?
Well, the previous trial resulted in Ahara being found guilty, right? As the client, if he doesn't want an appeal, there's no way you're getting one. Doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do. If Ahara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
Then we'll talk to him tomorrow. First, we need to see how he reacts to everything we've got on him.
Sounds good. Then let's meet at the detention center tomorrow.
Will do.
So, we done for the night?
Sure are. Great job, everyone. Go get some rest.
Yo, Yagami. You sure it was cool to let that Mamiya chick just go home?
Yeah? Why?
I mean, she helped Kuwana kill all those people. Aren't you gonna turn her in or something?
I would, but there's nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do?
Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was talking about.
What, so this is all for nothing?
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, no other bodies turned up. Which means all we can do is take her home, right? Sugiura is making sure she gets back safe.
Fine, forget it. Why are you still here? Everyone else went home already.
Come on, man, why the cold shoulder? Am I really that annoying?
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with. So if you're done, then go.
Wow, straight for the jugular, huh?
But if it's help you need, I'll be there. I've had nothing but time lately. But only if you bow your head and ask nice. Then I'll consider it.
I know for a fact you'd help me out regardless, so why waste a good bow? Thanks for the drink.
Dude, come on. That was your cue to bow and ask nice.
Really, guys?
So, you're recommending an appeal? I have that right? Did some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things, like how you faked your alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. You wanted the sexual battery conviction, right?
Well...
Your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ahara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation than you think.
And what exactly have you grasped?
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent, as far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal, and we'll make sure the world knows it.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth. A pervert. The prosecution and the judge made that very clear in the verdict.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m., you were in Ijincho, not Tokyo.
Baloney. I was relaxing at home.
Except that you weren't.
Oh?
You wanted to give the man who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left. Then you dragged your prey into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene. Every bone on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken. Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror. There's no way you weren't there, and I'd put my money on that.
And then...
You need the whole play-by-play, even though you already know it?
Oh, not at all. I'm just fascinated by this outrageous little story.
As for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba...
It's quite a home video.
Without leaving anything on Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7:30 a.m. on October 7th. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba in Ijincho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your likeness. The identity of whom belonged to Jin Kawana, the handyman in Ijincho. Or maybe you know him by a different name. Former high school teacher Yu Kitakata. So which name did he give you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
With Kawana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya at Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarments she had prepared. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hands and pin the groping on you. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. After that, Mamiya and Kawana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kawana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kawana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kawana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m. And right after the swap, Mamiya started calling for help. After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported it. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. The public outcry was very clear. As a result, despite it being your first offense, you were actually tried and convicted. The consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your lawyer, I felt the same.
Have some confidence in yourself, Shirosaki-sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence in court and found me guilty. I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, the teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kawana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kawana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just your pent-up rage?
What do you have to say, Ihara-san?
Was Sawa-sensei the one who told you the truth? She was the only person Toshiro-kun confided in. You had to have heard it from her, right?
Nearly hit the nail on the head, as they say.
Nearly?
After my trial, she confessed she knew about the bullying. But only to her old teacher over the phone. She had no idea she was being recorded.
What?
Kawana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a diary of Toshiro-kun's or something of the sort?
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. And that was probably all my fault. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine, I told him.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness to us again, no matter how much pain he was in. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated living with me. But in the end, he still suffered.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
So the first time Kawana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for my son. I was in uniform when he came to me too. Very bold. But it paid off. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals like Goshiba, and that he'd urged other families to avenge the children they lost to bullying. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough. He promised to deliver real justice.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function. If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will obey it. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Then tell me, what's the solution when the law fails to punish someone who laughs in its face? To overlook those the law won't judge is to abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Kuana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable. But even after rejecting his offer, not a one reported Kuana-san to the police. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge or not, Kuana-san presents a solution that resonates with people. Being that the law is unfair and imperfect. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student teacher. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can live without consequence. Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands? I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops. Kuana-san's plan was impressive, almost airtight. I didn't expect it to be unraveled so quickly.
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Kuana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Of course. Just as I planned. The charges will be confirmed, and I'll be convicted. As for the police and the prosecution, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, "I killed Mikoshiba" at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. They need it to be fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident didn't happen.
It seems you're starting to understand, Yagami-san. If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean admitting to a massive blunder by the court at the hands of a criminal. It would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guy's pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this case. And they've been closing in on your partner, Kuana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? You know, don't you? Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home. All because she got involved with Kuana.
I'm aware she was killed. But this is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean RK?
Yeah, but we don't know why they're going after Koana. Any ideas?
No way I'd know.
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game?
Excuse me?
That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, the unthinkable happens. Koana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony, always second-guessing if she did the right thing. But now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you? I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei, just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Koana did. The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara-san. The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal. We can prove your innocence.
What on earth would I get out of that?
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year in a cell?
Fine. Do what you want. But just know this.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail. That doesn't mean I killed her.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Koana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
I'm going to fill Genda-sensei in on what happened. Why don't you head over to the office?
Sure thing.
So then, Ihara admitted to killing Mikoshiba, did he?
Off the record, yeah. He also admitted Koana approached him to offer revenge.
That sounds like you were productive.
It's enough for us to move forward with the appeal, I'd say. How does that sound, Genda-sensei?
Genda-sensei?
The sexual battery and Mikoshiba's murder are the very same case. To clear Ihara of harassment, you'll need to prove he murdered Mikoshiba. But you don't have evidence he did, do you?
Ehara-san was captured on video committing the murder.
And the prosecution claims it's a fake, of unknown origins. The police are saying the same.
They're only saying that to cover their asses.
In reality, the sexual battery evidence against Ehara-san is what was really fake. At the very least, we can claim Yui Mamiya and the others aided in fabricating that, alibi or not.
You really think the courts will grant you an appeal for just that?
Are you saying that's not possible?
I wouldn't go that far. But Ihara won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba in court. Kinda significant, don't you think? So what chance do you have even if you do appeal? Without any decisive new evidence, you'll just end up splitting hairs over the original verdict. And what good'll it do other than damage your own reputation, Saru-kun?
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been deeply underestimated.
What?
Saori-san, Are you actually mad?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
You have every right to be.
Listen, Sensei. Ehara and Kuwana devised this plan knowing full well they could manipulate the justice system. Have we not fallen right into their trap? If we take pity on the prosecution now, we play right into their hand.
True.
So how can we worry about reputation when our duty as lawyers is to face the law?
I understand where you're coming from, and you're right to think it, but...
And another thing. While acting as Ahara's defense in the first trial, I never truly believed the claim. I didn't trust the person I was defending, and I felt sick to my stomach even being in the courtroom.
Sorry, son.
Ahara likely saw right through that. He probably took great delight in our myopic dedication to the law. And I won't stand for that. I'm gonna show him exactly what I can do.
What about you, Yagami? I want to hear your thoughts.
We should listen to Sari-san. I understand why Ehara and Kuwana did what they did. But I can't condone it.
I see. So you feel it too, huh?
Yes. Although my motivation may not be as righteous as Sari-san's.
What do you mean?
Mikoshiba's murder, the fake groping alibi, the one behind it all was Kuwana, and he's in hiding. We need to shine enough light on him that the public can see what he is. And the perfect place to do it is during Ahara's appeal hearing.
So it's not Ehara you're after, but Kuwana.
If we pursue Ahara's case, Kuwana-san's actions will naturally come to light.
And if we draw out Kuwana, then RK and the ones backing them will make their move. Soma from RK said Sawa-sensei knew too much, which means whoever's behind them has a secret that needs to stay buried, even if it means murder. And I need to figure that secret out. I owe Sawa-sensei that closure. The only thing we can do for her now is make sure the ones pulling the strings pay for it.
Well said. I guess going back wasn't ever really an option.
Genda-sensei.
Looks like I got complacent from all the peace and quiet. Leave it to me to underestimate the younger generation.
I apologize. I shouldn't have been so impertinent.
That should be my line, Saori-kun. I suppose I have to make up my mind after all that, don't I? Get out there and do what needs to be done. And heaven help anyone in your way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You heard him.
Hello?
Yagamishi, are you still in Kamurocho?
Yeah, why? What's up?
I'm afraid RK seems to be amassing in Ijincho. It's very bizarre.
Are they now?
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling that the officers like Soma and Akutsu are still in town.
You think so? If I was Soma, I'd have left Ijincho by now. He's a person of interest in Sawa-sensei's murder, too.
I see. That does make sense.
Things are settling into place here, though. I'm heading back to Ijincho with Sugiura. We got a lot to go over with you when I get back.
Wonder what it could be.
Keep up.
Now that's something. Looks like we're finally starting to see the whole picture.
Kuwana-san, or rather Kitakata-sensei, huh? And his students helped Ihara murder Mikoshiba. But there's still some things that doesn't explain.
Like what?
Like, why does RK keep going after Kuwana-san? You think that's weird too, right, Yagami-san?
Yeah. That's the piece of the puzzle that'll lead us to why Sawa-sensei got killed. Before they came to Ijincho, RK was originally looking for Shinya Kawai. But when they found out he might have been killed, they suddenly shifted gears to Kuwana. So what are they trying to accomplish?
We can guess all we want, but that's not gonna get us anywhere. Shouldn't we ask some... They're strengthening their numbers in Ijincho as
The
we...
goons at the bottom rung aren't gonna be in the know on that, though. Though if Akatsu or Soma were around, then we might get somewhere.
That's true.
Sitting around here won't get us any further. I'm gonna head in. I'm quick on my feet.
How modest of
Yeah,
you.
don't say that, Yagami-shi.
Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Do you have a minute, Yagami-san?
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking back on our interview with Ihara-san, and something he said, so I wanted to ask your opinion.
Which part felt off?
The part about Kuwana approaching other bullying victims besides Ihara-san to offer. Ihara-san also mentioned that most of them rejected his offer, but never went to the police.
Yeah, and?
Well, wasn't the first bully Kuwana killed his own student? Shinya Kawai, I mean. Tormented by his bullies, Mitsuru Kusumoto's leap left him in a coma. That event was the catalyst for Kuwana's actions. So wouldn't he have approached his
Mitsuru
parents?
Kusumoto's parents? You're talking...
Yes, who is currently, if she accepted or is even an accessory to a revenge plot against him, there's no way she'd ever want that secret to get out. With her level of influence and power, wouldn't it be possible that she ordered RK to silence Kuwana? Which would explain how RK...
And you think it's Reiko Kusumoto?
You don't think vice ministers can control criminal organizations?
Yeah. Tsukumo's actually looked into her before. Yeah, this is genius,
Quite a
Sari-san.
compliment coming from you.
Don't sweat it.
Yagami-san.
Hmm?
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Yagami-san.
Yeah. Suspicious.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. In other words,
What the?
yes. Yagami-san.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it. In other words,
Yeah.
now that you mention it.
Yeah.
What?
Nah.
What? What?
Nah.
What? What?
Nah.
What?
But
Yes.
yeah. Suspicious. Yeah. In other words, what the?
Yes.
In other words, hey.
But
Excuse me.
In other words,
Which means... In other words...
if I have this right, hey, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. In other words... Which means...
Yeah.
Yes. Kento. Hey. Hey. No. I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you. Yagami-san, you're going too fast.
Great. And stay down.
Oh, we're off this?
Really, guys?
Yagami-san. Huh.
Seriously?
Yes. Yagami-san! Huh? No way! What should I do?
All right, let's go. Who's a good boy? I believe in you, buddy. Ah,
I see.
doing great.
I'm coming with you!
This way, huh? Got something? This way, huh? Doing great.
Kato!
Yagami-san!
Huh?
Let's go. Kento-kun?
Sorry.
Hey!
So, actually,
What was that?
so...
Hey. Huh?
What?
Sorry.
What?
No way.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Which means...
I guess so. Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
Amasawa. Yeah.
Which means...
Yeah.
In other words...
Yeah.
I see.
Amasawa. Kento-kun.
No.
Hey,
So actually...
What was that?
Kento!
Really?
No way!
Yeah. In other words,
What?
Yes.
I think we finally know who the professor is. In other words,
Real.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That being said,
What was that?
yes.
In other words,
Yes. That being said,
Amasawa.
yes. Amasawa-senpai! Oh. Yagami-san! No way!
Really?
Yagami-san! Hey!
Itakura,
Running through the courtyard wiped me out.
will you talk to us now?
Knowing how perceptive you are, I bet you knew what we were going to ask just by... But no, it's nothing more than a theory. I'd really prefer...
So, Itakura, if we wanted to run our theory by you, would you?
How weak. Nothing's worse than detectives who don't trust their hunches. Yep. I'm the professor. I'm the one who turned all the cultural committee members into delinquents.
What?
No way! You're kidding me! When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains. Isn't that right? Amasawa-senpai. A real detective faces every truth equally. But why? You seemed like you were finally happy in the MRC.
It's time to talk. Why did you go through all this effort?
Well, first made the website. It was really just because I was bored at home. Eventually, all sorts of people started posting. People venting about their parents or their teachers. People who needed quick money. And the more advice I gave them to achieve their desires, the more popular I became. Before I really knew it, people had started calling me the professor. But why did you meddle with the lives of your cultural committee? Was that for revenge? Revenge? Kinda. I mean, I just figured it'd be easier for me to go back to school if I got rid of all the people I hate. But now, none of that matters.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Professor.
Koga, You're late.
My apologies.
I see now. Her confession was just to buy her.
Koga, you've really hit rock bottom. So broke that you have to...
Goodness, you really are unbelievable.
What?
She's already a professional level hacker. We partnered with her because we are genuinely we don't think of her as a mere high schooler, like you seem to be doing. Not that I should expect someone as narrow-minded as yourself to see the truth. After all, a hacker's age is irrelevant. Consider the U.S. Department of Defense. Their website was hacked by a high schooler, and or the recent incident of a 16-year-old netting tens of millions. I've even heard of criminal organizations in South America training children. This proves my premise. A hacker? We intend to nurture her talents for the sake of the Neo-Kahin gang.
Koga, tell me, what's your scheme here? I know you weren't turning all these kids rotten with...
We shall utilize the dark web to the student forum and gambling website.
You're making a black market site?
My firm, Koga. Unfortunately, the underground economy is already... It's nigh impossible for newcomers such as ourselves to break into a... However, the dark web is still... Despite these benefits, no one has capitalized on this This means the entirety of online...
Itakura, this sound like something you want to do?
I just can't take the horrible cliquishness of it ever since that godforsaken fest. And it's not like it ends with school. I'm trying to fit in at some desk job for the rest. I refuse to live in constant fear of getting it. That's why I've dedicated all my efforts to what's most important to Kurus.
Well, Professor, let's take a...
Please, it's too cold out.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Koga. Let's go.
Itakura, stop. Are you really sure about this? Joining...
I've made up my mind.
Yagami-san, I suggest you stop interfering. Yes, just stay right with... Heed my words. Pursue us.
Kurus-san. What? Excuse me.
Amasawa. After all, a truly artful detective can solve it.
Yes.
Yagami-san!
No.
Right.
Nope. But...
Huh?
Nope.
No.
Hmm?
What? It can't be.
Hmm.
What?
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry to have you come here so late. Like I told you before, the cops can't get involved in this.
Sure, but why do
Well,
you need
it's to rescue Itakura. Beyond that, though,
Hey, Yagami. This is weird. Beyond a couple of exceptions, everyone here was on the cultural festival committee, and she was the one who we all kinda...
Oh, now that you mention it.
And you've been after this professor person. Is that...
I can't say it's unrelated. I also can't say each of you had no part in the events leading.
See, I knew we'd have to face the music someday.
Same here. And it's always bugged me. I feel terrible.
Yeah, but I only joined in the first place because I drew the short straw.
Yeah, but you still showed up at meetings, at least at first. Even though all you did was eat our snacks.
Huh.
Yeah, and you gave Kotoko a real attitude, too. In fact, you were one of the first to give her the cold shoulder. Don't tell me. You sure did. So, don't go pretending none of this applies to you.
Guys, I just need you to do one. I'm gonna give you a license plate number. I want you to search the town high and it's a black four-door sedan. And I'm talking about covering the entire town. So we're gonna need ask your friends to lend a hand if you can.
Yagami, don't you worry. If you need the help, I'll round up Made in Heaven for you.
Oh, that'd be a huge help.
Yagami-san, you have the Robotics Club support as well. Itokura-san.
And you know the rabbits would be happy to help if it's for you, Yagami-san. We're out and about so much, we know this—
Thank you, Kitagawa. Nishi's all right, everyone. Hit me up the moment you see—
Understood!
What do you mean Itokura-senpai's missing?
I don't know all the details. Besides, if one of our own—
Yeah. So, what's the plan, Oki?
Going to handle this the way we know best. Here's our strategy.
All right, rabbits, time—
Ah! A pro? At what?
No. She goes by the...
That's...
Yeah, sure is.
You little asshole! How'd you throw that foreign...
Made in Heaven rides again tonight, fellas! Let's fire 'em up! Yeah!
Yagami-san.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yagami-san. Yes.
Huh?
Nah.
What's up? Huh? Well, that bums me out. Dumbass! Former OPPF champ, Coach!
Coach!
Yeah! Kill him! Fight me!
Hey.
Kenya-kun!
What's that?
Huh?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Hey. Can't lose.
Come on!
Yagami-san!
What was that?
So... Excuse me?
Yeah. Hey.
So... Hey!
Yeah.
Excuse me? Huh?
Yeah. Hello? Amasawa.
Yes.
I see.
Well...
Hmm? Huh?
Yes. Yes. Hmm?
Itakura.
Ah. Huh? What?
I see.
Hey.
Hey.
Look here.
Hey.
What?
Itakura.
Oh.
Come back to us. Really?
Oh.
But...
What?
Apparently, Amasawa took a trip to the hospital that's caring for your mother.
What? How dare she?
And this is a photo she took from outside your mother's room. I believe those guys are with the Neo-Keihin gang. And I know exactly how low they'll stoop. Threats and coercion are just...
What?
The crimes, the delinquency. Tell me, how many...
Well, the Neo-Keihin gang's essentially using my mother.
Insurance?
She's their ace in the hole, should I make any attempts to... But it's not like I'm being directly threatened or...
You sure about that?
Yagami-san, My working relationship with the gang is not one built on trust, but it's not like I completely lose out in this arrangement. I'm willing.
So you're saying you actually want to keep all this up?
I told you. I'm building the strength to... Obviously, that means I don't need your help.
Is that true, though? Aren't you being blackmailed? That's not something you can work out on your own.
Just drop it! Or do I need to call backup? I've made my decision. I'll be fine on my own.
I get it. It's your life. I'll leave you to stew on that for a while. But if you ever need my help, all you have to do is tell me. You've got my number? Hit me.
All right.
Huh? What'd you just say, Itakura?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
It's okay, Itakura.
Help me, please. I really am being... They said they're gonna...
Like I said, all you had to do was tell me. Don't worry. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hmm?
Hey. In other words...
I suppose. This is the worst.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
What? Oh. Got it.
Yagami-san!
Professor! Unclear. This is stupid. Are you sure?
Oh.
What?
Ooh, I'm starving.
What?
Ghost! The fuck? Hey!
Huh? Should I make it so every joint in your body bends the other way?
Oh shit! Shit! Huh?
Yagami! What? Hmm? What? What?
Kurumazaki.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about some explosions?
What?
I suppose you drew me away from... No matter.
I wouldn't count on them.
What?
Going somewhere, jackass? Well, I think you're staying put till the police get here.
Yeah! Let's get this! Throbbing hearts, beat of the engine! My one's right to die! Come on, angels! Let's ride ya!
What'd you do?
No backup today, Koga. It's finally...
Professor, you know... I genuinely have the utmost respect for you.
So you respected me by taking my mother hostage?
That was simply a momentary lapse.
Are you for
Please, Professor. Let's say you attempted to re-enter civilian life. Do you think society... No. Those odds are... Hammer the nail that sticks out. That's how society... People masking their true selves every day. And no matter how hard you try to make it unscathed, someone will be waiting for the opportunity. But I'm sure you're more aware. Professor, so long as you attempt to conform to society... However, the Neo-Keihin gang would see you flourish to... And we would be most... So, Professor, please...
No matter what I do, I'm going to have to interact with people. But whether I knew it or not, I kept pretending it wasn't true. Ever that is. Until Yagami-san told me that I have all the courage I need. So, I've decided I'm done lying to myself.
Well, Koga, sounds like she's made up her mind. And as her advisor, I support her decision. That means she's coming with me.
What a shame. Truly a spoiled brat to the end. Your performance is lackluster when you're forced to work. Yagami,
Finally, you're...
Die, Yagami! die! Come!
Sorry for the holdup, Yagami-san. That Honda dude took us.
Oh, looks to me like you're all good here.
Yagami-san! So I guess we really cracked.
Yeah,
Yagami-san, what are you gonna do with these?
good question. We might blab about the professor if we turn him into the police, so... Dump him in the sea?
What?
You're joking, right?
No need for the theatrics, Yagami-san. I've already wiped every record of the professor's involvement with the Neo-Keihin gang. You can take them to the police now.
So there's no evidence of the professor left? In that case, sounds like he's just...
Urban legend?
That's true. I doubt the police would even listen to a story about a high schooler's secret website. I also doubt you'll find any reliable corroborating witness.
So, dumped in the sea? Taken to...
Road's closed for you, bastard! Damn it!
Oh,
I'm done with Japan! My next...
Is he, planning to swim there or something?
Actually, he did mention once he was in the swimming club in high school. He said he'd spent his entire... Hopefully he doesn't wash up on the beach somewhere.
I can't believe he just threw himself in the ocean.
I'll destroy you one day! Just you wait! You're gonna be...
Thanks for the help, everyone.
Kotoko!
Itokura-senpai, let's work together again so...
You all know,
I'm sorry. Own up. How do you plan to do that?
what I've done is absolutely inexcusable. I'm quitting Serio for good.
No way. If you drop out of Serio.
I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll register at a vocational school. Then, I guess, get hired by some company.
Can't do that! Please, don't quit!
I'm sorry, Sakura.
But Itokura, we'll be so screwed if you leave. And lonely, too.
If I don't take responsibility for what I did to you...
Hold up.
What?
You don't need to be sorry for what you did. If anything, I'm grateful. It's thanks to you that I was able to get back into racing again. Besides, we're the ones who sent the cultural festival down the tubes by treating you. If you're gonna drop out, then I am too. It's the only fair thing to do.
What are you saying?
Yeah! He's got a point, you know. We all played a part in what happened to you. It isn't fair if you're the only one. So if you're dropping out of school... Oh, no, why are you being so stupid again? You're the one being stupid, Kotoko. How is none of us blame you for our decisions? Besides, are you really gonna throw away everything Yagami-san's done for you?
Takanashi-san's right. If you're only quitting for our sakes, then you should already know this isn't the optimal outcome.
That's right, Itokura. We were just as bad as you. Actually, we were...
Sorry for ditching so many meetings. And maybe I didn't have the best attitude.
Idokura-san, look how many friends you have now. Don't you think it'd be...
Really? That would...
Itakura. Come on back with us.
Alright. Thank you.
Yagami-san.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sis?
Oh, whatever. No.
Hey!
Amasawa.